Wes, you've been around here for a long time. Did you anticipate this coming this season? You guys being where you are, ranked number 8, undefeated.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think. I mean, I knew. I think everybody knew we had a chance. You know, we've always had the guys in here. I mean, I feel like honestly, we've always had good coaches too. It was just kind of all piecing it together. So I don't want to say we were going into the year thinking we didn't have a shot to be where we're at now. I think we've always known we've had a shot. And we're finally just actually putting it kind of together piece by piece, week by week. So.
They're late in the game. You guys were really getting the run game going and basically enforcing y'all's will on the defensive line for Oklahoma State. How much did the training from Coach Cause and nutrition, how much did that play into a factor of you guys being able to do that late in the game?
It's next level. I mean, I feel like you can kind of see it almost in every game we played. I feel like it used to be kind of we've had a lot of guys dropping out. And I know last week, we did have quite a few guys go down. But, I feel like in the past it was always we'd have 6, 7, 8 guys go down the game. And then, it's kind of vice versa. It'd get late in the game and they'd start blitzing us more, and they'd start kind of containing on us. And then vice versa, they could run the ball on our defense. And now it's kind of flipped, like I said, I feel like it's a huge mindset deal. Like nutrition-wise, goes back to that, but I mean, they just install so much confidence and that don't stop mindset. Don't ever get complacent and comfortable where you're at. But I feel like it's finally to the point where you can feel that, and it's fun. You pick up on that stuff. You can feel that the defensive line giving in, the defense giving in. We're running the ball, they can't stop it. So I think not just us, the defense feeds off that as well, and it's fun. It's definitely a good feeling. So.
Obviously, you coach. Coach Dykes comes in a different, setup around here. Obviously, what difference has Coach Dykes made to what's happening right now?
Man, he's done a great job. Him and the whole staff, honestly. They're not just great coaches; they're great guys. Everybody they brought in is just tremendous human beings. I don't think there's many, if any, guys down there in that locker room that would say anything different than that too. They've all done a great job. And I feel like the main thing is I think it all goes back to the confidence, man. They pump us full of confidence. I feel like that's kind of been lacked here, honestly, not just throughout the team-wise, now it's we go play whoever we play. It's we're gonna go run these dudes out of the stadium, and I feel like it's been shown. The last few weeks we started a little slow, but we didn't get down. There wasn't 1 second in that game when we were down by 17 at one point. You could tell on the sideline nobody was freaking out, nobody was worrying. Went to halftime and made our adjustments, and that was his main thing. He was like, man, we can go out there, we can play like we know how to play and we're capable of, or we can keep doing this and get beat. There was never no freaking out or worrying, and like I said, it goes back to a confidence, man. They've installed a lot of confidence in us, and it's rolling right now, and it's working.
At what point since they took over, whether in the spring or did you sense that this could come together like this?
Oh, I knew the first day of off season. They had us up there at 5 a.m. doing workouts. We didn't even touch a weight, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, that's the hardest workout I've gone through. But honestly, I'm saying a week, 2 weeks in, man, everybody was getting there early. I mean, we'd show up at 5 a.m. every morning, Monday through Friday. There were guys coming up here on Saturdays, Sundays doing stuff. It hadn't been like that in the past, and I honestly didn't. I didn't get to go through spring. I was dealing with the injury, so I kind of got to sit back, learn the offense, watch everybody, but you could just sense it, man. You could sense it early. Everybody was coming together as a team. Shoot, after a one-on-one pass rush, the offensive line, we all break it out together. That's normally it's blood in the water when we see each other. So, I just feel like everybody's coming together as a team, and I feel like you could see that pretty early on, honestly, in spring ball.
Was your freshman year 2017?
Yes, sir.
So you were here when Sonny was here as an offensive end.
Sure was. Yeah.
Were you around him at all, or did you see him?
I talked to him a little bit.
What difference do you see him?
It's a little different. He was an analyst, so we didn't hear much with him or get to work with him a whole lot. I did meet him. I remember in high school, he offered my brother and I a scholarship, and he was the one coach that offered both of us, and I always remember that. So when he got here, I got to talk to him a little bit here and there, but I remember the first team meeting we had when we hired him this year. I went and talked to him. Yeah, I remember you. So I remember him a little bit. He's a great coach. He's got a good resume everywhere he's been. So.
You didn't change your mind about you wish you'd gone with you now that you know what you do?
No, man, I've been all in since I've been here, 100%.
What have you seen from Max? You've played with him for so long.
Yeah.
It seems like his story is finally starting to catch some attention. Has it been the same Max?
100%, man. He's always been a dog. You can ask anybody around here, and probably anybody we play, and they'll give you the exact same answer. He's just a winner. He's a gamer. I mean, every time you look back there, I mean, it's just you feel confident with the guy behind you. And honestly, I think we got 3 guys that can go win games if we're being honest. But Max is on a different level, man. He's a great kid. He's got his head on straight. You know, if anything ever's going wrong, we could be getting killed, blitzed, hit all game. He won't come up and complain once to us. It's, keep going, keep y'all's head up, next play, next play. And I feel like that's a huge mentality for the team right now, this whole next play. No matter if we score, we get up a sack, flush it, next play, you got to go back out, right, and do your thing. But, man, Max he's been a leader ever since he stepped on campus. I voted for him team captain the past 4 years, so that'll tell you what I think about that guy.
Wes, what about the attitude and just the mentality that Coach Ricker brings to the O-line room and how that's impacted y'all in a short period of time?
Man, it's big. You got to think, too, he's a guy who's actually, I think he had 42, 44 consecutive starts at, Mizzou in the SEC, which is arguably the best conference, most physical conference. So you got a guy like that preaching on you or harping on you, it's not, you don't look at it as a bad thing. It's like, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's been through it. He's been through camp, 2-a-days, the workouts, everything we've done. And he played the position at a high level. He was a good player. So, it helps. It definitely helps. Hearing that, he can just relate to it. You got somebody you can relate to. He's been in the exact same position, sat in the exact same seat as this, but he does, man. He's changed the culture, in that room. Really, in the whole offense in general, I feel it's almost more like attack mode. We're gonna come up, we're gonna line it up, we're gonna see who's the best. We're gonna give it all we got and go at you. But he's definitely established a physicality. He's really big on that and finishing blocks, and I think he's helped us, a long way. So.
Wes, you've gone through some stuff. You've gone through some injuries. You've made it back. You're playing great this year. You didn't have to come back either, but what was the reason why you decided to come back, and how glad are you that you came back?
And I was just talking to my folks about the other day. I'm so blessed, man. I love this place. There honestly wasn't a doubt in my mind that I wasn't going to come back. I want to go out on top. I got hurt last year, season and surgery. I guess it was after the K-State week. And I did. I sat there and I thought about it, man. I was like, do I really want to come back? And ever since I was a kid, man, I've always wanted to go and at least have a shot at the next level, right? But more important than that, man, I love these dudes on this team. I love all these dudes, man. And I feel like we all want the same goal, man. We've always had the guys. We've had in coaching. We just haven't put it together. And I think we kind of all really sat back and realized, like, we can do this, man. We can really do this. And that's the way I've looked at it ever since I've been here, man. I've dealt with a lot of stuff, like you said. Shoot, I've had 4 surgeries. I missed basically 4 of my 6 years, man. But there wasn't a doubt in my mind. I was excited. I'm so blessed, man. I'm so blessed. I thank the Lord every day for it. Just allowing me to still suit up and play football and still play at a high level. I don't take that for granted, and I never will. So I love this game, and there was no question in my mind that I wasn't going to come back and finish on the right foot.
What's it like being up front with this offense, with this attacking mentality and all of the weapons that are just continuing to emerge as the season goes on? You're in the huddle, and you look across at, the guard or the tackle on the other side, and you're like raise your eyebrows and go, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's pretty cool when you got guys like Quentin and D. Davis, shoot all of them. We got guys all over the field. We got guys that rotate in, that are just as good as the guys we got playing on the first snap of the game. No, it is funny though, speaking of that, whenever Wiley, we're going to that game-winning drive, it was the one before he scored the touchdown. He caught that drag right over the middle, whatever, and he jumped. I don't know how high he was. I think he could have dunked the ball in like a 12-foot goal. He was up there. Andrew Coker and I looked at each other, corner of an eye, and holy smokes. So yeah, there's your answer to that. But it helps, dude. We got dudes all over the place, playmakers all over the place, and it goes back to the confidence deal, man. There's not one dude going out there, offense or defense, who doesn't believe in the other 10 guys, or special teams, who doesn't believe in the other 10 guys around him, man. And I know in the O-line room we say band of brothers, and I feel like the team's kind of picking that up too, man. But it's true. You got my back, I got your back. It's a band of brothers, right? Like I said, the confidence level, not just in ourselves, but I'm gonna do my job. He's gonna do his job. They're gonna do his job. It's huge. Yeah, it definitely helps. You feel confident looking around and seeing the guys we got in the huddle right now. So.
Well, it's the last 3 weeks you faced defensive lines. At the time of you playing them, we're at the top of the Big 12 Conference in sacks.
Yep.
What's been the key to executing against those types of lines, and is that something you can use moving forward?
Yeah. Man, the way I see it, I call them money games. You got big time prospects on the D line, D side of the ball. Man, it's just another opportunity for us to show people how good we are, not just up front, but as a unit, you know, as one. Because it's not just us, man. They got the way that these coaches can, you know, set a box for us, you know, to get double teams and to slide pass pro the right way. You know, it's more than just what we're doing up front. But I mean, we got a long way to go, but it definitely helps. It's a confidence booster, you know. I heard we ran for 230 yards, something like that, 250 yards. I mean, yeah, but here's the thing, you gotta flush it, man. That's last week. The team we're playing this week, I honestly think they're just as good, if not better, on defense. I mean, they're a sound football team. They don't get out of their gaps. They're gonna make you bully them and beat them. Basically, you're gonna have to move around to their place and beat them. But yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, there's no easy games in this conference. I think every defensive line especially. I mean, everybody's got big athletes. They're fast, and everybody plays hard in this conference. And I think everybody kind of knows it's. I don't want to say wide open, but shoot, I mean, anybody can get hot and run the table in this sucker, right? So, I think we know that. I mean, every team that we're gonna play has a good D-line, but I think we got a pretty good offensive line too. So, and it's a challenge every week, man. But that's the awesome part about football. You know, if you were going against somebody who wasn't good, that wouldn't be the fun part. There wouldn't be no energy, no juice behind it. You want to play against the best, right? And I think we have that mindset, and it's helping us, honestly. So.